shit happened? Well, a lot of things happened in this chapter. One of those things is to know that the Duke himself was roaming the seas with one of his friends, cat. Nekomi. We are putting Sanji's issue aside and we are starting explaining everything from the beginning. So we actually made the Duke himself and he's recovering from the battle. But we know that he's very strong, of course, just knowing that by the mouth of Luffy, which he doesn't say that to anybody. So the Duke started complimenting Luffy's hat by saying that he looks good on him, and the last time he saw it was on some crazy guy that was called Shanks back then, where he was roaming the seas with his cat friend. And before Luffy actually told him that it was Shanks. And before Luffy told him that it was Shanks' hat, the Duke fall in sleep for some reason. And then we find out that after 6 a.m. he go to sleep, and then his friend Cat come out and take charge of the entire island because for some reason they don't like each other, even though they were pals back then. So we don't know exactly what is happening yet in terms of why do they hate so much, knowing that they were friends, and then for some reason he is completely injured. And now we know that he's injured because of the poison gas weapon that originally Caesar developed. And we know what happened because we were following Caesar for a while in the island, knowing that he was doing experiments and doing his gas nonsense thing that he was being... I mean, it was Don Flamingo who was actually managing all the stuff, but it was Caesar who was developing all the weapons for the Kaido. But something made me think that the Duke Inuharashi and Nekomamushi and his friend Nekomamushi, Duke, whatever, Master, I believe these two were actually strong enough to hold themselves against Jack, even though we know now that Jack is the weapon strong, whatever, Sarama Beach guy who has 1 billion yen, $1 billion. Even though we know now that Jack is infamous in all the new land world, wherever, because he's a calamity and he have bounty of 1 billion. There's not 500,000 million Jigsaws, it's just 5 billion with 1 billion, which is actually doubling the straw hats and try guy. But in the end, it really doesn't tell me yet in the part of the story that the comebacks, the animal kingdom were strong enough to defend themselves against Jack. We still don't know that part of the story, but I believe they are. But the fact is that Jack and Kaido and all these Sarama Beaches have a strong hold because they had been getting the weapons from Caesar, and Don Flamingo had been manipulating all this kind of stuff. Now remember that Don Flamingo was laughing at the situation where he has been transported to whatever he had been transported to, the HQ Marines headquarters. I don't remember, but he was laughing at the fact that there is nobody else who is leading, who is grabbing the leashes of all these animals, and now they're gonna kill themselves. So the situation is still a little foggy. We don't know exactly what is going to happen, but something tells me that the Straw Hat team, which the rest of the team, which was Sanji and Nami and Rodolfo, was caught in the middle of the fight, because we know that Jack doesn't destroy things because yes, he just destroyed it because yes, he's crazy. Wait. Nekomamushi told him that if Samurai were to put feet on his land, he will be digested on his stomach already, so they shouldn't be a samurai. Even though I remember the two samurai, which I just forgot their names, were about to tell him something important until they fell down for some reason, and everybody's in the mystery because Nekomamushi says and the Duke Inuharashi, Master Nekoma, because Master Nekoma fucking, how'd you say this guy? Because Master Nekomamushi and the Duke Inuharashi is telling him that there is not such ninja or samurai on their land, but Jack was following him to that land, and then the samurais that were that is with the Straw Hat pirates are telling him that there is something important that he has to tell them. So there is something fishy about all this kind of mix. It's a soup. It is a very conjugated soup of different elements that they haven't give all their flavors. And I still waiting to know what exactly happened to Sanji, because if the fact is that they went to the middle of the situation because they were running and they got caught in the fight. So the only choices they had is to fight against these people in order to, of course, to at least to join the animal kingdom or whatever they call themselves, in order to save their asses. But in the end, they ended up saving everybody. So I don't really know. I really want to know what happened to Sanji. Everybody is having their heads, oh, Sanji, but let me just start with the story in the beginning in order to know what is happening. So now we know that the Duke is extremely strong. It's the same with the freaking cat, which is their like moon and sun. One rules the 6 p.m. After the 6 p.m. the other one's awake. Wait, how was it again? They're completely strong things, which reminds me, it's like Luffy training Island when he was training with all these animals, and he have to use his hacking in order to survive, which is the same thing as having all those animals, you know, in smaller size, like human size, using hacking. That reminds me of how do you call these things? Chimera ants from Hunter x Hunter, which there is a bunch of things that are actually going to mix, and I don't know what is going to happen next exactly. But my guess is that they are. My guess is exactly the same as I tell before. They just come in, they fight together, Caesar used their weapon, and Sanji do some crazy stuff, then they save everybody cries, and then Luffy arrives with everybody else, and everybody's in a confused statement, and we are going to wait until what happened in the next episode. Next episode, they're gonna take a break, so we are not gonna know nothing until the next 14 days. But until then, I'll see what happened, because I'm really curious about all this situation. And it was a nice chapter. I will give it for based on the story, because there is action and there is stuff. I will give it a 9. I mean, I like it too much. I like the cat. Nekomamushi. So that's it for today. If you like what you see, just please leave a like or leave a comment or leave your wallet. I don't care, but as long as you leave something, just let's put it in the comment or whatever. And I guess that's it for today, and we'll see you in the next episode. See you. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching. Oh fuck, you can see my shadow. Okay, let's start this again. God damn it.